What up, though?
Casey, what it do? What's up, y'all? It's Casey. That's right.
Welcome to Real Bar Talk. Welcome to this podcast. Are you rolling? Are you rolling? I'm excited to my birthday.
I need a little something to get them happy.
What up, though? Welcome to Real Bar Talk, Milwaukee's realest podcast. I'm your host, Mr. Unpopular Opinion, Tori. I'm joined by my co-host.
Booty cheeks.
There we go. What up, y'all? Welcome
I'm
back.
introducing myself from now on.
Okay, cool. Welcome back. It's episode 111. Before we get started here, there's a clusterfuck going on Facebook. Milwaukee Facebook has lost its mind, arguing.
Don't you dare bring this up.
Over a mutiny in the TV chat group. TV chat I don't understand because it's a group that I know, where I can go and talk about my TV shows, but these people have rioted and there's some GDVL shit going on in there. I don't know what to say.
You GD or Vice Lord, or you just the media? We the media.
Yeah, we the media. We covering it all.
Yeah.
Because I actually have a few shows I like talking about in it.
We take no sides.
Yeah, none whatsoever. But shout out to
love
all
you,
parties
Robbie.
involved. Hopefully y'all can work it out and, the truce can begin. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great.
Anything interesting?
I can't remember it. Oh, I went to the paint and sip and the smoke. It was fun. I had fun. I drew something completely different that was on the thing. I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but it actually turned out good.
That's good. Shout out to TDR, Tone Deaf Radio, on their great event. Ever expanding, ever growing network over here.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's right.
I took my mom out for Mother's Day. I took her to Margiano's.
Hey, shout out to all the mothers for Mother's Day. Yesterday, y'all looked dope. I loved all the posts. Mothers are really getting it in for Mother's Day. And rightfully so. It's not an easy job being a mom.
Shout out to the baby daddies that actually appreciated her.
Yeah.
And did stuff for them.
No, I ain't do shit for my baby moms. But, I mean, I'm glad to see that they had a happy Mother's Day.
Did you tell them Happy Mother's Day?
Yeah.
You did?
One. The Lord's still working on me in the other one relationship.
No,
So,
got you. It was a couple people that was like, why would I say Happy Mother's Day? I'm like, she has your legacy. I'm still
cares?
Not figuring out why.
Give me hell and give me shit and all that stuff, and then you gonna turn around and I'm supposed to say Happy Mother's Day. No, I'm not gonna say that.
I said that's cool. She gonna congratulate herself on Father's Day.
You know what? I will say this, fellow fathers. Did you notice yesterday, you see all these women, they done dressed up, going to brunch, got the filters going and all that stuff. And then when we have Father's Day, we sitting around in our jogging pants watching TV.
I thought that's what y'all like doing.
It is. But this year, we need to turn up and start making Facebook and everything go viral because the ladies got it in yesterday.
Know your worth, man.
We should be doing the same thing. We get to Father's Day brunches and day parties and, drinking and everybody having a good time.
I can respect that. Y'all should go out.
Yeah, we should.
Y'all
we should
should
turn up
have
for
a Father's Day brunch.
And because then y'all say we're stealing it from y'all. What we gotta have something
When
else.
do women come up with brunch?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't feel like barbecue on Father's Day. That's my day. We need to do something different.
I told y'all go to.
Then we need to have chicks come out there and cook for us and show us the respect we deserve. And appreciate us. Like
y'all
they
cool
should.
with the women barbecuing for y'all?
Nah, y'all. Well, you know what? 'Cause I saw some suspect plates yesterday too. Because all that brunch didn't look all that good. But you know what? I'm starting to believe people can't cook. Because I was looking at some of these Cinco de Mayo plates at some people's houses and stuff. And
They ain't
like,
Mexican?
Tacos burnt and all that shit, fucking up. It ain't even their holiday, fucking that up. What does Cinco de Mayo mean? It's not Mexican freedom or independence. Yeah, see? Nah.
I don't know shit about that.
All they know is tacos and tequila. That's all they know. They went, we Cinco de Mayo and we going to Cinco de Tacos and tequila and La Fuentes and Botanas and all that shit. And you ask them something about February, they don't know nothing. They run down there and get all the Casamigos and steak fajitas and shit. And post it all up on Snapchat. We doing Cinco de Mayo. Don't know what the fuck they celebrating. Mexican folks looking at them like they're crazy. Right.
That's like, maybe it's like celebrating Martin Luther King Day as a black person or something like that.
But we'd sure be pissed if they did that shit. Let some Mexicans be out there parading for Martin Luther King or the white folks out there celebrating Dr. King Day and stuff.
We don't even do it.
No, what if they was out there barbecuing?
We don't even celebrate Martin Luther King Day. We just be happy to be off.
Yeah, exactly. We don't celebrate our holidays. We celebrate everybody else. St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo.
I feel like we too busy. Like, man, y'all gonna give this man a holiday after y'all done killed him. Fuck y'all. Just give me my day off type shit. Like, because we gonna barbecue regardless.
We don't celebrate
because we
that.
off.
Well, we do celebrate Juneteenth. Yeah, but that wasn't always around either.
Yeah.
And they really don't turn up because, all right.
People act the fuck up at Juneteenth too, so we can't as much.
Okay, so
it's starting to get better.
But y'all can do it for the Cinco de Mayo. You know what? I didn't even know it was Cinco de Mayo.
I didn't do nothing for Cinco de Mayo. I don't even know what that means.
I was going to get some lettuce for a salad, and there was no lettuce in Pick and Save. And I'm looking like, what the fuck is all the lettuce at? These motherfuckers making tacos, and they bought up all the goddamn lettuce. Yeah, I asked the lady on the shit. I'm like, hey, man, y'all ain't got no more lettuce? Oh, it's all gone? Yeah, man, it's Cinco de Mayo day. I'm like, Cinco de Mayo?
I don't even like lettuce on my goddamn taco.
And then, what they got to do with the lettuce? He was like, they making them for the tacos. Goddamn niggas got us again. And black folks, I'm serious, man. I'm tired of black people, man. Y'all need to do better. Y'all don't celebrate your own shit. You steady St. Patrick's Day. Everybody
Why we always snap when food run out somewhere?
Yeah, because
we was like that when the chicken was running out. Like
that too.
It was going viral.
All wings was all gone and stuff.
No, did you see the post that went viral? It was a white man. It was like 250 chickens. And they snapped because they're like, you the reason all the chicken gone. And we wasn't not a drop of seasoning on it. Not a drop of seasoning. They was like, oh, so it's a chicken shortage and y'all ain't even putting no seasoning on it.
Just go to JJ's. Just go to JJ's. Yeah, just pick a couple of feathers
just burn the feathers off.
But you know what? That ain't also a bad thing because if you get the JJ's chicken, at least you know it's chicken.
JJ's chicken be a hit or miss sometimes.
But it's going to have them feathers on it to let you know it was really a chicken at one point in time. You don't just see feathers everywhere.
Making us barbecue on our day. Yes.
No.
We're going to get y'all them Uncle Sandals so y'all can get to work.
No, I ain't working on Father's Day. No, we're going to do something, but we ain't got to do the... I don't know. What can we do? I like buffet. Somebody need to make a buffet. Father's Day buffet, and, the women serve us.
You better take your ass to Golden Corral.
I
ain't got. My daddy is too ungrateful. No. I done gave my dad Father's Day cards from years ago. This man still ain't opened them.
That's fine.
It could be money in them, and he still ain't opened the damn card.
Still need to be appreciated.
But then when I sit up there and post a picture, oh, you didn't do all this for me. You ain't even opened my damn card from 3 years ago, Daddy. Why is you playing with me?
Because you probably stiffed him a couple of times, and now he knows.
Nah. I get my parents something every year, and my daddy the one that be ungrateful until my mama shines, and he be like, well, you didn't do it for me.
That's right.
I'm like, because when I do it for you, you ungrateful.
Y'all be treating us wrong and handling us rough.
No, I don't.
We had a rough on Father's Day, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Because, again, shout out to the ladies yesterday. It was really nice to see all the ladies. Some of them, everybody celebrated different. Some of them posted with their kids and pictures with their kids. Others, like, it's my day, fuck them kids. I'm going out drinking and partying. I respect both sides. Because when Father's Day come out, I don't want to be bothered with them kids either. It's my day.
Shout out to me, baby daddy. Okay.
But I got a couple child support payments to say different, bitch.
Tori gonna go over there and like the post. He gonna heart it. That's right, bitch.
I ain't never about to sit up and argue with my baby mamas on Facebook. There ain't no argument I think I could win. So I'm gonna let them fool themselves, and I'm gonna work behind the scenes. And when the kid get old enough, I'm gonna show them all the shit that mama said, because I'm screenshotting everything. That's right.
You ain't got a screenshot. They gonna see it. Everything just public now.
No, okay. I'm showing all my kids, like, look, this is what your mama was on. Oh, because your daddy left.
What did you end up doing?
This weekend, I just hung out with family. Friday and Saturday and Sunday. But nothing really family. I missed Tom's event because I had myself double booked because my cousin, shout out to her, graduated from the University of Madison. And since this wasn't one of them, what do you call it? Well, this was a real graduation. You know, when you graduate from the University of Madison, you graduated from a real nice university. Yeah, prestigious. And this wasn't one of them Cardinal Scritch bullshit graduations where they got it offline, or the University of Phoenix or something where they went 2 years.
Why you trying to downplay somebody else?
I ain't downplaying nothing. I'm just saying graduating from the University of Madison and graduating from Cardinal Scritch are not the same. Or Carroll College, or yeah, that's right.
My auntie graduated from Cardinal.
I ain't say nothing wrong with
she
it.
does great.
I ain't say she
great
didn't.
before she passed.
Rest in peace. But that has nothing to do with what I'm saying. It's just like you can't compare somebody graduating from MATC to somebody's graduating from
get
Marquette.
the full college experience.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And they probably, $100,000 in debt now, so you should go see them before, they go off.
Like Whitewater.
The college experience, I guess that's what, some people go for, because I can't see for no other reason, because these jobs that they get now when they get out of college are complete bullshit.
Right.
You spend $100,000 to go to school to come out and get a job that's making $45,000, $50,000 starting off.
Same amount of just starting off at a job for the most part.
Damn near CNA. So I'd rather save myself the debt. What you done?
It's funny. It's a girl that went to college for management, banking, and girl, I'm your manager, and I ain't went to college. And that's the dagger. Like, you went to college for management, and I'm still your manager.
I had a friend that graduated from Marquette University. The University of Dwayne Wade, the University of downtown Milwaukee. Cost $100,000 for 4 years. Mm-hmm. Went, graduated, and became a sales manager at Boston Store. Now, I worked at Boston Store, back when I was in high school, so it can't be that hard to get into. I didn't go to Marquette to go work at Boston Store, so
I never worked at Boston. I never wanted to.
Unless you coming out with some kind of really skilled position, I don't see the point in college unless you're going for the college experience. But just know that experience is gonna cost you some money, a whole lot. Unless Uncle Joe go ahead and forget them student loans, which I don't really see happening in the near future.
Yeah, Joe ain't shit. He ain't mine.
Yeah. Uncle Joe will get it right.
Nah.
Uncle Joe will figure out what's going on.
I can't wait till this 4 years up.
Then what? So your boy Trump can come back? Cause that's who
running?
That's who say he running.
Hey, the way I'm reading these comments, Trump might get back in if he run.
I'm sure. Let the stock market continue to be down within the next 3 years.
After, what was it that happened that Joe done did for the gays again?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it was something. It's something with Biden administration moves to restore health care protection for transgender Americans, and everybody in the comments talking about something, and yet y'all still ain't passed no anti-lynching bill. That's all you see in the comments. What about the anti-lynching bill? The lynching bill. Oh, really? This the lynching bill? This what we voted you in for, the lynching bill? Just scrolling. Like, people are sick of Joe.
He'll get it together. He's still working on stuff.
I ain't trying to hear that shit.
All right, let's hop into some current events. tall got it. Oh, he do got a set suit automatically turned down. Okay, cool. All right. Black Lives Matter apparel is banned from the Tokyo Olympics. They stated that 3,500 athletes voted that they did not want these kind of demonstrations during the Olympics. They can wear them during press conferences. They can wear them, while they're doing press conferences, interviews, but you cannot wear them while you're competing or on the podium because they believe that takes away from the essence of the Olympics.
I think that's bullshit. Because that takes away freedom of speech. But ain't it in China? Is it in China or Tokyo?
Tokyo.
I mean, I don't know how to feel about that because they already they rule over their people like a motherfucker. So that's probably rules there. But I would just like to know, in America, we in the middle of this Asian hate shit, and they had the nerve to say no Black Lives Matter shirts over there. So you got all type of fucking audacity. So any black person still on this stop Asian hate bullshit, this is how they think about y'all.
You heard it here first.
With y'all raggedy asses. Because I just hate when people jump on bandwagons of bullshit.
No, I mean...
You trying to stop Asian hate and you ain't even stop black people getting lynched.
On one hand, I just want to know what were the ethnicities of these people that they questioned to come to this conclusion.
Asian.
They couldn't have been all black. Now, I would guess if they were white or European and all that shit,
I'd show up in a Marcus Garvey shirt.
I don't see that they question many American athletes about this, but I do understand the position of the athletes that are competing in the Olympics because a lot of them are in stuff like track and field and shit, and you just can't compete on that regularly. Your whole life was pretty much destined to you get to the Olympics. So if you do something crazy, they could disqualify you from competing in future Olympics, snatch away your endorsement money and whatever you made that got you over there, take away sponsorships.
I'm not gonna hold nothing against black people that still do it because that's your profession. I'm not gonna quit my job over some bullshit unless I got something else. I still got to live, and y'all ain't gonna take care of me. But again, that says a lot about all this bullshit that's going on in the media with this Asian hate shit.
And then, takes me back to when the dude from Starbucks CEO or wherever he was said that there were no Black Lives Matter shirts to be worn in Starbucks. Didn't stop black people from going to Starbucks and drinking coffee and whatever else that y'all be drinking.
I thought they came out and retracted.
They did after, but no black people stopped going there. And it's quick funny how quick y'all is to forgive when it comes to some shit y'all like. Y'all sure forgave Starbucks off fast.
Black people are always forgiving.
They forgave Elsa's on the east side or downtown. They forgave Elsa's fast as a motherfucker.
I ain't go to Elsa. I went to Elsa one time, never went back. Hey, you know me. I would ban your ass. I will stop listening to you. Everything. I stand on what the fuck I be saying.
Truthfully, black people only.
Black people are fucking suckers. You suckers.
But we got to do better. But if they serving some of the tacos down, well, have we canceled anything?
No, because they suckers. It's always a fucking excuse on why we can't cancel something. But when people want to cancel your ass, they rally together and they don't let you live it down. Where Nick Cannon at?
Right.
He's still apologizing to the Jews because they said, nigga, when we cancel you, you fucking cancel. Black folks always black folks want to have every reason to forgive white folks. Every excuse in the fucking book. Y'all some fucking suckers. Y'all always want to be up on y'all white daddy asses or up under your white woman's asses, aka Kim Kardashian, who been disrespecting black folks from the jump, but she's always still invited to the cookout.
That's right.
Tory.
She can sit next to me.
Yeah, but my thing is, you part of the problem too if you're gonna talk about everybody else.
Why?
Because Kim Kardashian disrespects black women.
Does she?
Yes.
I ain't hear that.
Okay.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, but my thing is, you can't tell other people when they pick and choose some shit, and you don't either. If you're gonna stand on it, you gotta stand on it all together.
I wasn't standing on nothing. I'll tell you quick, I'll change up on y'all because it's Kim Kardashian and I would like to get to know her better. So now, moving on, Erica Mena. Erica Mena recently had a little quarrel, if you will, with Wendy Williams, who I am growing to hate. I'm going to hate Wendy Williams. I already probably do hate Wendy Williams, and now it's just
so you on Erica Mena's side?
Yes.
Why?
Because Wendy disrespected Erica first. Just like Erica.
What did she say that was disrespectful other than doing her job? Wendy been doing this for years.
Okay then.
But my thing is...
But you can't say that to me and then dictate how I respond.
No, my thing is Erica Mena doesn't give a fuck about anything else because when it comes to promoting her shit, she gonna be right up on Wendy Williams' show. Whenever somebody need Wendy Williams, they jump right on her show. Exactly. But when she say something they don't like, you want to jump down her throat. Don't sit up there and try to use me and then talk shit about me later. And when you look at the interview, Wendy Williams didn't even say anything hella disrespectful. Like, I can see with the Jocelyn shit, even though I think Jocelyn Hernandez was on bullshit too, Wendy Williams didn't even say anything outlandishly disrespectful as what she usually says.
Yeah, but when she said, I feel disrespected, or don't talk to me like that, what was Wendy Williams' response? I will talk to you any kind of way I want to. So if you keep that energy with me, I can keep the same energy with you.
But for you to sit up there and say your husband didn't beat your ass enough after you been in your own domestic violence. That
was after she had already brought up about telling her and Safari, y'all need to stop fighting and y'all need to this and y'all need to tell them about her shit. Then she told her about her shit.
But my thing is they put all this on the internet.
Okay.
They put it.
How did we find out that Wendy Williams was getting her ass kicked? On the internet. Don't come for me and then tell me how I got to respond to you.
My thing is with Wendy wasn't like mainly coming. Like even Kevin came out and said he never put his hands on Wendy and all that type of bullshit. But my thing is that Wendy didn't egg on Erica getting her ass beat. Wendy never egged that on.
You cannot sit up and tell me how I'm going to respond when I feel disrespected by you. You of all people who will respond how you want to respond.
I understand that. I understand that. My thing is don't sit up there and talk shit about me and then ask to come on my show later. Jocelyn, like the Jocelyn Hernandez situation.
Right.
Okay, you talking shit talking about give me my roses while I'm here. Bitch, you're on my show. I didn't have to bring you on here. That's like Safari. Safari done made money off of Wendy Williams and Erica. Like you making money off this promo anyways, bitch. Gone somewhere. You need to be lucky somebody's even talking about you, cause like who really gave a fuck about Erica Mena anyways? Nobody.
Well, that's not true because when she was with Bow Wow, when she was doing the shit,
and Bow Wow was the one she claimed beat her ass.
Exactly. I'm just saying she was famous long before this. We're not gonna say like.
My thing is you can react however way you want to react.
That's all I'm saying.
You can. You don't have to apologize, but don't sit up there and say, "Oh, get mad at everybody else for saying, bitch, you stupid. You look stupid."
Well, see, here's the thing.
How you gonna egg?
She doubled down on it though. She said, "I don't give a fuck what none of y'all think."
Yes, but she's contradicting herself. How you gonna sit up there going to protests and having funds and all this type of stuff about domestic violence, but then say Wendy Williams need her ass because her husband didn't do it good enough? You don't joke about domestic violence. I can get a reaction.
I don't think she was joking.
No, but my thing is I can get a reaction from somebody. Every action has a reaction, but you don't egg on domestic violence. Because if he beat her ass and killed her or something like that, you wouldn't be saying that. You'd be like, you would be sitting up there posting the times you was on Wendy Williams' fucking show. You don't egg on domestic violence, period.
I'm just saying you can't tell.
Especially after you be getting your ass whooped.
You can't tell nobody how to respond.
That's true.
That's why you should.
And she can't tell nobody how she getting canceled right now. And she better hope she still got a job on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, she still does.
Not.
Why Wendy Williams got some pull? She ain't got to pull it. She ain't say the shit.
I don't mean pull as far as Wendy Williams getting her off the show. I mean for you to egg on domestic violence that could get you to lose your job. That's how Phaedra lost her goddamn apple when she was alleging the sexual assault with Portia. So you don't do shit like that. That's fucking up your coin. Who would want to work with somebody that eggs on domestic violence anyways? Erica Mouth been getting her dumb ass in trouble for years. She got blackballed the first time.
But she still ain't going nowhere.
But my thing is, but she ain't getting the money she was getting at first.
That might be true.
When she first came out, she was with the Kardashians.
I mean, that might be true, and I'm not arguing any of that. But at one,
And
like I
if
said,
you really,
I'm not defending domestic violence by any means. I detest the shit. But you cannot tell nobody how to respond. You clap, she clap, that's just is what it is as far as I'm concerned. Now, I understand everybody else's position. She should not have said this. But then again, you cannot go at a person and then tell them how they're going to react. And obviously this person is doubling down on what they said because they said, I'm not sorry. I mean, she said, I'm not sorry. I don't give a fuck what y'all think. She came for me. I came for her.
Oh, she gonna be sorry later. And I can't wait till we report on that. She's gonna be sorry later.
Hey, if she is, you'll hear it here.
She already got booted to Love and Hip Hop for talking shit about Nicki Minaj. So she gonna get bottom of the barrel too, because you know Wendy pretty much reports on like Love and Hip Hop shit. So now all you gonna do is catch shade from everybody in. Her and Safari was talking that shit about Nicki. Nicki put in a little word, and she got her ass booted to Love and Hip Hop.
All right, real quick, SWV with the versus battle against Escape.
I ain't watching but SWV.
All I'm saying is SWV won. It was my girls, always has been, always will be. Now, there was some controversy going on. If anybody watched the versus about the body language of Coco. Coco seemed disinterested and like she wanted to be anywhere other than there whenever Escape played any of their music. I was with Coco because I was doing the same thing because I didn't give a fuck what Escape was playing. Tiny looked horrible. As a matter of fact, 3 of the 4 actually look horrible in my opinion. But
which one look good? Which one look good then?
The brown skin one, I had to pull up a picture because I don't even know all their names like that because you know they was never no real big group to me. But yeah, Escape was there and they lost it. Now, creme de la creme, we might be on this for a little while. I expect my friend over here, her vein in her head might start swelling, but
possibly.
Kevin Samuels versus Dr. Umar.
I hate you fucking people.
I don't really care for either of these two people, but this shit is actually interesting from my standpoint. Now, Kevin Samuels. We know him to be the harsh, brash, opinionated man.
Music turned up right on time.
Yep. Who gives opinions on women, rates them, and tells them, you know, what they have and what they are lacking as far as securing a husband. Dr. Umar, Mr. Take Me Back to Africa, has always been, you know, on the side against interracial dealings.
Disrespecting black women also.
Who also believes that the failure in both economics and socialism all has to deal with the home and basically death of the black family. Now, recently, Kevin Samuels was on the show tearing a black woman to pieces when he asked her, well, she explained, you know, he talks too harsh to women and he tears them down too much. And he basically stated, who would you like me to talk to? And the lady took a minute, and then she screamed out Dr. Umar's name. To which Kevin Samuels did something that I've never seen him do before. He became uneasy. Normally on his show, he's pretty poised and he's controlling the atmosphere, controlling the conversation, which is the reason I like his show but don't like his show. He actually kind of bullies these women. But
You think that?
yeah, I do. And we can get into his show in a second. But he did something that I've never seen him do before. He became uneasy. He took a second, he paused, and then he begins to rip into Dr. Umar, which lets me know now you're threatened because Dr. Umar is not on your show. So if Umar Johnson is not on your show, why are you tearing him a new one at the mention of his name?
Because
you know,
I was going to say because it's a real black man and not a man that's worshiping him like the people on his channel.
I give you that 100%. I do not disagree that because that is not an alpha male move. No alpha male gets rattled at the mention of another man's name unless you're afraid of him, unless you're bothered by him, unless, you know, that mention of his name you think does something to your credibility. Now, Dr. Umar released a video on YouTube kind of going at the whole situation. And more so, most of the video was responding to the negative remarks made by Kevin Samuels, which were unmerited. So if I had to pick a side, which I don't want to because I don't really care for either of these motherfuckers, I would have to go with Dr. Umar because he was basically defending himself. Now, Dr. Umar, who gives backhanded compliments, I feel, to women.
He definitely does.
He does value black women. He does state that there's basically nothing better than a black woman, but with that, he always has some kind of home training, so to speak, in the situation. So I'm going to ask you first, before we go any farther, your take on this.
I don't watch Kevin Samuels because I don't like him. I like Umar occasionally. I don't know how to feel. I mean, I'm on Umar's side for one, but I disagree with the whole you feel like he bullies these women because they call onto his show. And me, I know my value. I know what type of man I can get. I know who I can pull. I don't need a man rating me because I know who I am. If you call onto that show, you asking to get your ass ripped. You want this ugly ass nigga that you probably would never date to judge you. And then it's like I don't like Kevin Samuels because I just feel like he gay. I feel like any show with a bunch of men that right, and he ain't even in a relationship. How you a relationship guru when you ain't in a relationship? You got failed marriages. And these niggas is like worshiping you. At least like Umar has something to show for what he does in a sense. Like, you know, that little dumbass school he got it now and they putting it together. We didn't think he would do it, but he got it. It's getting built. Like, what does Kevin Samuels have to show for all the quote unquote advice he gives? He not married, he ain't got a wife, he ain't got a girlfriend. It's already been like proven that he lied about going on dates with younger women, and he got sued for it. Like he how many people have like how many of these niggas that be listening to him actually got a woman and is in a relationship?
I don't know, but I listen to a show quite a bit, and I listen to it to understand. Now, whereas Kevin Samuels' show, I don't like Kevin Samuels because I don't like his delivery, but you know I'm not a mean person. I may, say some outlandish things on the show, but one-on-one, I'm never going to, treat or disrespect or belittle anybody like that. I'm going to try and help you, but his way is not my way, but his message, I think a lot of men can get behind, because basically
What is his message? What is his message? I don't listen.
That most men are looking for a woman that's loyal and cooperative. Most men are looking for a woman that's loyal, cooperative, and no, See, submission is such a bad word in this day and age. But if you're truly an alpha male, that's exactly what you're looking for. Now, we're not looking for somebody we can tell what to do. We're looking for somebody that's behind us 100%. See, men especially, men that weren't raised, I feel by men or by married men or whatever, don't quite get it. They think they get a woman so she can make my plate and wash my clothes and do all this other stuff without ever reciprocating for her. An alpha male wants a woman that is going to be right there by his side, right there, to help him get through life.
And what is the alpha male's job, though? What is the alpha male's job? If you expect submission, what are you providing?
Well, my job is to provide for my household, provide for my family, provide protection, security, discipline, because typically it's men that, if it was a two-parent household, the man is normally the disciplinarian. It's my job to make sure, basically, just some of the one word, security.
And is Kevin Samuels telling these men that they need to?
He speaks on that too.
Actually,
the excerpts normally get cut off.
To cut that in, Kevin Samuels just started really talking about what men need to do. And when he did it, he copied it from a woman off of YouTube.
No. I've been watching his show ever since this whole...
My thing is, I was hearing about Kevin Samuels before this because he's like,
on his own show.
His on YouTube, his people are. I told you, I've been living on YouTube. His followers are getting into it with another female because she called him out for using her stuff from years ago.
Oh, I'm sure.
For saying, my problem with Kevin Samuels is you sit up there and talk about what women need to do. Women need to do this. Women need to do that. Women need to do this. You ain't got no motherfucking woman. So my thing is, you need to teach these men how to be fucking men. You don't need to teach me how to be a woman, because if you was a real alpha male, you would put me in a position where I can rest in my femininity so I can do this submissive shit for you, quote unquote.
But that's the beauty of this. The excerpts that you see in clips is not really what he's talking about. He's not giving direct orders to women to do anything. As a matter of fact, he stated before, you can never tell a woman how to be a woman.
True.
So he just said what men are looking for, and it seems to be like the media. We all know this. The media caters to women. Women are the number one consumers, and women are the number one supporters. It caters to women. Men are not allowed to say what men truly think. We have to say, we have to go to barbershops and be around each other, the bars to tell each other, because it's not okay for a man to openly say, I want a woman to do this, or to check your woman in public, or anything like that. It's not okay for a man to do that. Now you can have a woman pull up to a man's job and cuss him out for whatever he did, and that's okay.
I can agree.
But for a man to do that in this day and age can't happen. And it's stupid, because if the man is supposed to be the head of the household, or let's say black men, because black men are constantly ripped as far as dating white women, which if you look at the last standings at 2017, you can Google it right now as I'm talking, only 17% of black men marry white women. But all you hear about is, oh, y'all leave us to go for white chicks. If only 17% of us are actually marrying white chicks, I don't get it.
I think the problem comes into play as in not necessarily Kevin Samuels, but his followers. His followers bring up this white woman shit. Kevin Samuels, he'll sit up there and post with a white woman, do his little shady shit. And most black women, we don't care if you get with a white woman. We care when you disrespect us, when you down us for your white woman. If you're going to deal with a white woman, we shouldn't be in your mouth at all. Only that white woman you're talking to, because that's your preference.
But that's only 17%.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you look at Kevin Samuel, this is why I've tried looking at Kevin Samuel shit, and I was just like, I don't like the vibrations of his shit.
You shouldn't, because of his delivery.
It's not even that, because my delivery is be fucked up. But
truthfully, the show is for men.
That's why I said I don't understand why women call in.
I
don't fucking understand it. That's why it's just like, I don't care about Kevin Samuels anymore, because if you call into his show, you're an insecure ass woman. You're insecure as fuck you're pretty much letting a man tell you how to be a woman, and he's not a woman, he's a man.
No, he's not telling you how to be a woman, but what he is doing is rating you and telling you where you stand in society, which is wrong. Now,
but my thing is, he's not society. He can't tell you that. And
the whole rating beauty thing,
yeah,
to me, is stupid, because there's always somebody that's going to find you fine. There's always somebody that's going to find you ugly.
I get pissed off at the women that call his show. I'm like, you're fucking idiots.
You can't rate beauty, because beauty is subjective to the person that's looking at the person. I mean, you can't tell me everybody. Let me give Cardi B. Mm-hmm. Cardi B to me is not a 10. I don't really care for. I think her leg to ass ratio to me is kind of off, and I really don't care for it. But Cardi B is not a 10 to me. But there are other people that they would kill over Cardi B. Mm-hmm. That is fine, because beauty is subjective. Who I may find beautiful, you may not. I got friends that love skinny women. I got friends that only love BBWs. I got friends that love dark-skinned women. I got my preference because I like red bumps. Beauty is subjective. You can't rate somebody because you looked at them and said, you about a 7. Mm-hmm. Based on whose scale?
His.
Exactly.
And that's why I was
and they're sitting here like, I'm a 7.
I'm a 10. No.
Right.
I'm like, nigga, you know how many motherfuckers be in my inbox? And I don't even want you. So what does your opinion matter? So that's why I'm just like, I don't get why females call into his show. And it's like, black women be dumb as shit to me. Y'all be so fucking dumb. Y'all want so much validation from men that don't want y'all, that y'all don't want. It just be too extra for me. Y'all, it's giving me very much lonely. But it's like he a sucker because it's like he only gonna talk to women that way, and them dudes that call on the show, dudes that don't amount up to him. He will never ever get on the panel and battle with a real man, a real alpha male, because an alpha male will put Kevin Samuels in his fucking place. Period.
Now, recently he was on the Joe Budden podcast, which I listened to that episode, and I was kind of disappointed in it because Joe Budden is normally opinionated, and Joe Budden kind of...
And that shows like that should have been his opportunity. And
the things Kevin Samuels said, while majority of them, like I said, I do agree with, because that is how men think. Men do, especially black men do. Well, I can't say
fuck anything walking. I'm not gonna compare everything because you different. In my circle, I know black men that I've seen some of the females you niggas done fucked. Y'all need to stop acting like y'all on this high horse with Kevin Samuels. It's niggas that I seen reposting Kevin Samuels. I've seen your baby mama, bitch. Niggas. Stop playing.
I don't think that's it. I think the whole when Kevin Samuels talks about his show, he talks about marriage.
And not so much.
I understand that, but here's the thing: people took advice from Steve Harvey for years, and you know what the difference was? It wasn't a big outpour because Steve Harvey was on the side of women. See, as long as you're on the side of women and you are placating to the woman's side, nobody really has a big outrage about it. But the second you start advocating for men want this, men don't want to be talked down to, men don't want to be disrespected, men don't want women sizing up to them, then you're the bad guy. Which we got the villain in Kevin Samuels. Not because necessarily Kevin Samuels is saying something so obscene, because if this was a man saying it in reverse about women don't want men to do this, women don't want men to do that, you got to make this kind of money to be with a woman, you got to fix yourself up to be with a woman, it's fine. But if a man, like Kevin Samuels says, if you want a man, you need to do this. If you want a man, you need to make this kind of money. If you want a man that really, a man don't want to deal with your attitude, now you're a villain. Because the media has showed us it is a woman's market. It is a matriarchy because all of the fathers are out of the homes for whatever reason. Absentee, they ran out. Crack cocaine era, fucking gun violence, all that shit has moved fathers out the home. So now the women run everything. Black men are growing up under black women, not a bad thing. Like I said, shout out to the mothers. The problem with that is, typically, women are going to raise their daughters to be strong because they don't want their daughters going through what they went through, and they're going to raise their men to be nice, respectful, emotional men.
But whose fault do you think that is? The mom that stayed and took care of their kid, or the dad that walked out that should have been there to teach their child right or wrong?
You only picked out one thing. I said about 5 reasons black men wasn't in the house, but the only one you picked out was him walking out.
I literally asked you a question. Whose fault do you think it is? I didn't say
I can't give it anybody's fault in that situation because I just named 5 reasons men aren't in the house. There was the crack era.
Yeah, but
that gave black men an opportunity to be providers for their family. There is the introduction of government assistance, which that told black women, you can get this money to take care of the kids as long as the father's not in the home.
I would hate to go into that thing because I could go on and on, and y'all would hate what I have to say about that situation because I would really down one of y'all motherfuckers on that one. I would down somebody in history on that.
But
I said after the show.
Oh, okay.
I don't want nobody.
But, I mean,
just
it's a lot of
right
situations
now.
that broke up the black home. You got to think in the 50s and the 60s. We're talking about not 50s and 60s, up until the 60s, from slavery all the way on through slavery, through Jim Crow, through lynching, through everything. The black crack era, almost to the crack era. We were 86% married. Now we're down to 41 as a people.
Why do you think that is?
Because of all the things I've named. I mean, men have walked out on women. Women have opted to get rid of the man. We just a fucked up people. And you know what? We think we better off that way, but we're really not. Because when it comes down to raising kids, the father isn't effective in the home because he gets his kids once every other weekend, and while that's better than nothing, he's not really effective in the kid's life because the kid sees him 4 days out the month. The mother is raising the kid by herself. Typically the mom has to work, or if the mom is around the kid enough, the kid is only getting one set of values, so the kid is still not growing up in a balanced household. Then there's not the people were buying homes back then. We're all renting now because it's always we're split up.
I watched a YouTube video that completely broke that down, the breakup of the black family, and it completely changed my perspective on everything, including the civil rights movement. Because all that happened after the civil rights movement when everybody got integrated and they stopped segregation. That's why I said y'all ain't gonna like what I had to say because y'all guy that led the civil rights movement, that wanted us to be around them white folks that didn't want to be around us and stuff. That's when it after all that, that's when the black family really start fucking up.
But I will say he did recognize it though, because he
was used.
He didn't get killed for all the shit that he did beforehand because they could have had got him before the I Have a Dream and all that shit, the March on Washington. He didn't get killed for that. He got killed for that speech, his last speech, Another America, because he talked about black people making their own economies and staying to themselves. And that's the one thing white people are scared of.
And that's my thing. They
because he understood after a while.
Martin got played by the government to do this whole we need to come together because when white folks came back from the war, they wasn't making no money. Black folks, they was making the money. So they needed black folks to come into their community, spend money and shit, and them white folks didn't want us in there. My thing is, if I lived back then, if we all lived back then, we wouldn't be trying to rush to go to no white communities. We like, you don't want me over there? That's fine. They was like the money back then, it went through the black community 100 times before it left and went to the white folks' hand. When Martin did that civil rights movement, that's because they wanted us to get together and shit, but it was a setup, and we thought it was just, I want my kids to go to the state. No, that wasn't it. We was making more money when we was segregated. The black family was lasting way longer when we was segregated, when we was in our own community because we was helping people out more. The neighborhood was a family, everything.
But there's a caveat to every situation, though.
They got killed when he talked about money.
Yeah. The caveat to that situation is, even though black people were flourishing and were being prosperous, they couldn't enjoy it because there were no laws protecting them. The people that were in office, the judges, the police chiefs, and all that stuff were all white supremacists. So they could raid your homes, burn down your businesses, steal your money or whatever, and there were no laws to protect you to do anything. So at the time, integration and voting rights and all that seemed to be the way to go. Until even Martin Luther King himself woke up and said, you know what?
Motherfuckers is playing me.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is
I feel like he was getting blackmailed because he was a hoe.
And that speech, Another America, is truly what I believe got him killed. I don't look at all the shit people did beforehand because they could have got you and killed you before the end.
I feel like the media acts like our black people in legacy just had no fucking flaws. We knew Martin Luther King was a hoe. We knew it. They was holding them orgies and all that shit above his head. We knew it, but they used that against him to lead us down the wrong path. And he, like, even if he would have just came out and just did that little American speech from the jail, we still would have had his back. That's like the activists now. All of them ain't good. Everybody got a shady side. Nobody is fucking perfect. But the least you can do is stand for your fucking people.
Everybody's human at the end of the day.
Very true. Very true. Our neighborhoods are still being terrorized.
Yeah, with the lynchings, Ku Klux Klan running rampant through the South.
Yeah, but my thing is he should have marched for something else, not to just integrate with white people.
Well, see,
I could see you march to vote to change some laws and stuff like that. I could get that. But black families were doing better when we were all together.
But it was all trial and error. You got
but
people
now
back there that's just trying to make it so that they can be recognized as people. So, I mean, looking back, we can say that because I agree with you 100%. Mm-hmm. Looking back, I agree we should have did a whole lot different.
In the heat of the moment, back then.
It's just like, okay, this looks like the best go.
Yeah, we got different freedoms now that we can say that, oh, y'all should have did this back then. But back then, they didn't have as many freedoms as we have now. So I'm like, I'm not gonna hold that against them because I'm like, what they did is where we at now, but.
Just like the whole Malcolm and Elijah Muhammad.
Malcolm won with that shit.
Malcolm wasn't
perfect either.
Yeah, he wasn't perfect himself. If they hadn't have broke up,
what is it, Nitty and Vine?
Yep, and the Nation of Islam could have came together with the Southern Baptist Coalition, and all these black folks that got on the same page and did for the same. They would have been unstoppable. But you got Elijah Muhammad that done fell out with Malcolm X. And you got Malcolm X that really don't deal with Martin Luther King. Mm-hmm. You got Martin Luther King with problems within his own organization. It was too many people doing too many different things.
You're right. It's just like, at some point, we don't need a leader. We just all need to be on the same page. And that'd be my problem with it. It's like, I don't need nobody to lead me. I just need, it's like, just be on the same fucking page. Like, white folks ain't got no leader, but it's like when they gonna stick together when they was like, nope, that black man is the one that's wrong, even though they know the truth. Mm-hmm. So it's I don't know.
Okay, so we got a comment. Legislation is based upon where we live. If we really live where white people live, they legislate against them too. Yes and no, because legislation or laws that are written, for a whole community can actually be manipulated to target a specific group.
Yeah, they did it all
so
these years.
David, I use the case of search and frisk. Search and frisk could have been used against anybody in New York, which was where it was prominent under Mayor Giuliani at the time.
Mostly the black folks.
But it was used predominantly against people of color. Or stop and frisk. Was it stop and frisk or search and frisk? Stop and frisk. Stop and frisk. Just like with any other laws, they can always be manipulated to target the individuals.
It's for everybody, but I'm going to check you niggas.
Especially when you get in front of the judge, and the judge looks like you're pretty much going to get a lighter sentence. Mm-hmm. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm saying you can arrest two people for the exact same crime. And now it comes down to the discretion of the judge. And let's just say the judge happens to be white, and it's a white guy and a black guy that both get arrested for the same thing. We see it every day. The statistics show it. One's going to get off for a slap on the wrist while the other one is going to do hard time.
Exactly. But with the Kevin Samuels thing, when it comes to, like, women and what kind of women you want and all this type of...
Well, hold on. Let's go back to the black family, because that's where we was at. So now, the black family gets split up, and then we get all this chaos. And I think pretty much that's what he advocates for, but he actually says what black men want and has turned into the villain asshole. I mean, publicly, I don't think on this podcast I could have me and four of the guys sit here and we talk about what black men want, and it be received as a positive message. Because society's not conditioned to hear that. Nobody wants to hear what men want. They want to hear what women want. You can get a panel of your girlfriends on the show. School area if it's 50% white. Yeah, you're right. You can't defund it.
That's true.
But that doesn't mean the same treatment goes around. Legislation only goes so far. But I do understand what you're saying. But now, you get a panel of women on this, you and a couple of your girlfriends, and y'all could talk about what women want all day, and it's going to be the pick-me dudes and all women that are going to be cheering y'all on. We get on here, and we start saying, look, black men don't want no loud, aggressive woman. We want somebody we can come home, cuddle to, that's going to, hey, baby, how was work and all this other stuff. And when we say chill out, when they start snapping, they going to get somewhere and sit down or whatever. Then we're going to look at misogynistic, which I don't really believe that's a real thing. Misogynistic person or a person that is controlling or over-aggressive or all these other things. I think that's where we're at, and I think that's why he's being villainized so much. Now, I don't agree with the way he talks about to women, but
I feel like if he had a different approach, women would receive it better. Because what you said, there's a lot of women I know that says they want that same thing. Do you really think that women want to be the main breadwinners and be looked at as so masculine? Well, I ain't gonna lie, some women.
Yes,
you got someone. It's like I got a couple motherfuckers on my timeline that be on some bullshit. But a majority of women, they want an alpha male. They want to be taken care of. They don't want to go off. But we've been conditioned in a sense where we have to be the masculine. We have to take on the masculine role, and that's not our fault. Well, not me, because I don't have these issues. But, well,
girl, you just
yes,
I do.
Look, well, yes, I do. But it's like that is not our fault that we've been conditioned in a way where we have to play both sides in a sense.
I'm not blaming any. Well, I'm not blaming. I don't know what he.
I blame media,
but I don't blame anybody individually for the person that they are, because circumstances make us the people that we are, or give us the outlook and the values on the things that happen. So
I blame feminism.
A lot of women honestly aren't even looking for marriage. They're not looking for marriage because
they already assume they're gonna be alone.
They grew up in broken homes, or the men that they've dealt with in the past haven't lived up to the expectation that they could see themselves, submit themselves to. So I agree that, and the funny thing is, and I don't blame women for this at all, when you get a woman, when a black man normally gets a woman in this day, well, we'll just use Milwaukee because I can't say it everywhere. In Milwaukee, they already come in with the outlook of, you ain't shit, he gonna play me, he gonna this, that, and the other. And how do you now you're skating uphill, because now how do you try and build something with somebody who's already looking at you out the corner of their eye because of what 2 or 3 other niggas in the past did? So if you're not coming in this with, high hopes and being optimistic, then do what happens when you meet that guy out. Oh,
he asking me what happens when I meet him?
Well, he asking me what happens when I meet Alpha.
I can rest in, my femininity more. It's like I feel me. I was spoiled as a kid. Like my daddy did everything, but me, I feel I've had grown up. Like my granddaddy did everything. My granddaddy had the oil change, took the garbage out, gutters and stuff. My grandma didn't realize what she had to do until my granddaddy died. And it was not necessarily a role in the household. You just did it. Like if I'm in a relationship, I want to do those things because it's just like I feel feminine. I don't feel like I have to play the masculine role. I don't feel like I have to fight for a spot. I'm secure in my spot. And a lot of times we deal with dudes that don't make us feel secure in our spot. So it's like I can't rest in my femininity if you don't give me a reason to. I don't want to be. I ain't trying to. No, I ain't in that. I don't need a man. No, I need a man. But I don't feel like you can't ask me to be submissive when you bringing half the shit to the table. You have to lead. A lot of men, they just be saying shit, but they don't really lead. You can't sit up there and tell me, oh, yeah, I want a submissive woman, this and that, and we going 50-50 on every fucking thing in the household. No, I have to work just as hard as you now, nigga. I grew up in a household where my daddy paid the majority of the bills. My granddaddy paid the majority of the bills. Not that my mama didn't work and stuff, but they took care of a lot of shit. They were masculine. If my daddy said do something and stuff, my mama did it. Not because, like, it was just something extra. It's because she wanted to do it. If you don't put me in a space where I want to do it, then what the fuck are we talking for? And I feel like we get mixed up because there's so many women out there. I don't need no man if you ain't doing this and that. And then we in this whole, you a gold digger if I say I want a man that's a provider. I'm not a gold digger. That's what the fuck I grew up in, and I shouldn't have to change that. If that's the atmosphere I grew up in, if you don't equate to that, that's not my problem. You're not for me.
I agree. Everybody should want what they want. I think I do get.
So you flip the switch when you meet that guy? Yes. Like, my mama ain't even met. My mama has only met one of my boyfriends. My family has only met one of my boyfriends, and that was years ago. I'm not bringing no man around my family unless I feel like it's really serious.
See, my question in all this is, why is masculinity? That was just about to ask that question.
No, not what he makes financially. It's just that I want to be secure. We living in an age where every dude is selling drugs. Every dude is just working like they're used to the bare minimum. You have women now that going to college, starting business, doing all this extra stuff. More women are going to college than men. More women are starting businesses than men. So more women are the main breadwinners than men when you think about it. So, like, the pickings is slim. And then you have people like Kevin Samuels telling a girl that's making 6 figures that she needs to lower her standards. So pretty much, not saying she'd be taking care of a man, but she'd be the main breadwinner in the house, but she should submit to him. That don't make sense. That's not an alpha male if I'm the main breadwinner. I'm doing the majority of the fucking work. That was how he went viral.
No. I get what you're saying, but what she was requiring was different because she was requiring that she wanted a man that made more than her. Now, realistically, I'm just saying realistically, you can want what you want, but realistically, if you make $100,000 a year, you want a man that makes more than you. This man has to be making upward $140,000, $150,000. That's kind of a little harder to find, especially given the location. Given the location we're in is a little harder to find because now go on. So now when if you want to find this man, one that makes $150,000 a year, and I'm pretty sure you want him at least around the same age as you. Maybe not older or too much younger, but
you didn't say no. No. But he ain't got to be the same age as me. I will talk to somebody. I'll talk to somebody 11 years older than me.
Okay, so you would talk to somebody older, but they can't be younger.
No.
Okay, see, that's what point number one, because
well, they can. It depends on how young.
This man, especially in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, is making $150,000 a year. Maybe he has kids, maybe he doesn't. I'm just gonna go with he doesn't have kids. $150,000 a year, no kids, and is at least the same age or older. We'll just say somewhere between the 30s and 40s. He's already established in who he is if he's already not in a relationship or married. So he already has his set of ideals as to who he wants. I mean, not saying that it can't happen, not saying that he's not out there, but it's not a lot of them out there. I've already told you that the ratio of men to women in Milwaukee alone is 4-1. So that's just for women to a man. Now you're talking about him having a good job, $150,000 a year, 401k, his own house. That number goes. That margin spreads. We're talking about maybe 25-1 at this point, and then we're not even got to the point of him being single.
But my thing is, I get what you are saying, but there's websites for that. There's gold diggers, sugar daddies. There's websites to.
But there's a reason.
Wait. Because there's a website where you can date someone in your tax bracket. he didn't give her those options at all. But no. But here's my thing. No, because some people they want somebody necessarily that benefits them. So, like white people, a lot of white people I know, they get married for not necessarily. What is it? Not fine. Why do they get married back in the fucking day? You have to have something. You have to bring something to the table, and that's why they start those websites. My thing is there was other men. Mind you, she could have got with a fucking white man and been with that. He pretty much didn't give her all her options. But me, when I'm saying I don't ask a man to pay my bills, I've never asked a man to pay my bills. I've never had a man pay my bills answering what he was saying. I just want him to financially be able to take care of himself.
I do like that, though. You got to answer that question.
Does he have to make more than you to lead you? No. I feel like you have to be financially responsible. I'm in the age where I'm being financially responsible. And if you, like me, for what I make and my savings account is growing and everything, if I'm dealing with a man that can't financially take care of his responsibilities and everything, if me and my man fall off, I have money saved to take care of both of us. That's literally right now. I have money saved to take care of both of us. So if me and my man got into it something, when I have one, but I'm just like, I can take care of us. I want a man that can do the same for me. We just got to, I'm not saying that he necessarily has to make more money or it's a financial thing, but if I can come into the relationship taking care of myself and I don't need you, I want the same. When we split, I don't want to have to be going to court doing all this extra stuff. We could split and just be good by ourselves. You come, what was it that Will and Jada said with that trash? We not in it to make each other happy. We both two happy people that came together. And whether you like it or not, finances can make or break a relationship. Just like sex can make or break a fucking relationship. Finances is part of the deal.
Finances are the number one cause of divorce.
If my man loses his job, I can take care of him. If I get pregnant and need to go off, or if he wants me to be stay at home or something like that, I want him to be able to take care of me. But that's the type of relationship I want. Not everybody wants that. If you can't give me that, then I don't have to entertain you. We have women out here that try to entertain motherfuckers that they know they don't want, but it's just the sex or the looks or just some other bullshit. Or we have men that say they want all this from a female and like your track record show different. What they say? The camera's away.
Oh, what Kevin Samuels was right about is who and what are you, a woman? You know,
true.
About to attract that type of guy. So what makes you really attract that type of guy?
I feel like it's the atmosphere, it's the shit you put out there. Like,
I agree.
Like if I start talking to a dude, I probably would never give him all my face. I'll give him the family Facebook page. But it's
I agree 100%.
It's what you put out there. If I put like me back in the day, if you see how I put myself out there, the dude type of dude I want now, he'd be like, "Bitch, you crazy." I would never take you home to mama. Yeah, if he sees some of the shit I post now, he probably would say that. But it's like, I understand that. I can't get mad if a man has his standards. I feel like females get mad if a man says, "These is my standards, you don't meet them, so I don't want you." But if the roles is reversed, so I get where you're coming from. The difference is I can sit up there and take in criticism. I will battle your ass down for about some shit, but I can take the criticism. I can say, yeah, you're right. I get it. What Kevin Samuels is saying is right, because that's the family structure. Is your delivery, and it's the fact that a lot of men that follow him don't amount up to alpha males.
Understandable.
I can see if you amounted up to an alpha male.
I understand that. 100%. Because it's a whole lot of betas running around, like Kevin Samuels himself, and that's why you so rattled by the mention of another man's name.
Like Umar.
If you an alpha male, you ain't worried about competing with no other dude, because you got what you got, and your job is to protect what you got, not worry about who's around, sniffing around, or doing whatever. go out all the time with my wife, and I'm never looking over my shoulder to see what she's doing. I know who she came with. I know who she's leaving with. All the shit in between, she can take care of it. My only job is if you start, grabbing and touching and stuff. That's my property. So then I gotta get involved. But,
and Mel be doing the exact same thing. That's my property. Don't play with me. I'll shoot you.
But I also let people know, sometimes, my wife, I love her to death, but my wife has mouth. And I will let my wife run off at the mouth in public all the time until I can't take it no more. And I always see the looks, because my wife will be talking about something, getting into a heated debate, and going back and forth, and nobody cares. The second I say, all right, that's enough, get somewhere, sit down. Everybody, the record scratches, everybody turn around, look, like if they wanted to say, how dare he talk to her like that. I was like, that's the society we live in. Because it almost had to be in a successful relationship with a woman. If you're a man and you're really trying to make it work, that woman almost has to have a friend that's willing to check her for you, because she's never going to receive you checking her. So she needs that best friend that's going to say, bitch, you tripping. You need to get somewhere and sit down, because you're going to lose what you got if you keep on acting this way towards that man.
I agree.
That's almost the society we live in now.
I agree 100%, because me, Taj, Antoinette, we be doing that. I be like, have you thought about his perspective or stuff like that? You need that. And hey, sometimes you got to drop one of them motherfucking friends that sit up there and keep saying, "Oh, fuck that girl, we finna go out and do all this."
They want you to be like
yes,
them.
exactly. It's the miserable bitches. They want you to be just as single as they asses.
That will be happily diving your man DMs, which I've showed my wife before.
Be calling your man bro and everything else by telling you to leave them.
The chicks that you sitting up there on Facebook clowning for will gladly take your spot. Stop letting everybody else into your relationship, into your house, into your bedroom, or whatever. That's what the problem with Tiny and T.I. is right now. They let all the people into their bedroom, and now somebody decided they didn't want to hold their secrets no more, and now they in a world of shit. Mm-hmm. Which, in all honesty, if T.I. don't want Tiny, just say that.
Tiny and T.I. are fucking fool. Tiny... you do all that to your body, and the man still need to bring another woman in the bed with you. She one of them type of females that would call Kevin Samuels and say, rape me. And he gonna say you a 5. Or average at best. Like, I feel like we in an age where a lot of people, they feel like they have to have somebody. I feel like a problem with a lot of females is they feel like they got to have somebody. You got to learn how to be by your goddamn self before you be with somebody else. And that's the problem with a lot of people.
You got to be able
or you fall in love with
you
sex.
got to know who you are.
Exactly.
Because don't be trying to discover once we get together exactly who you are. Because now you turn into a different person that I didn't know before. I'm talking about, what? You made me like that. I didn't make you nothing.
Like, if you change for the better.
But don't start tripping once we get together. All right, that's our time, because we got other people that's got to come in. So thank y'all for tuning in.
This was a good conversation.
It was. Thank y'all for tuning in to this episode of Real Bar Talk. Y'all make sure y'all check us out wherever you stream your podcast. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. If you need to get in contact with us, that's Real Bar Talk Podcast @gmail.com. You can join the Facebook group, Real Bar Talk Podcast. Real Bar Talk Podcast, MKE is our fan page. And Twitter, Bart_MKE, while IG is Real Bar Talk Podcast. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure your next drink is a cold one. We are out.
Deuces.